Hello and welcome to Weekly MTG, the only show from inside the building where you get all the Magic the Gathering news. Today we have something special. We always have something special, but today, super special, because this news is coming from outside the building, from our partners at Netmarble. So we've got Michael Askren over here.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you for joining us. Matt Danner, the less famous Danner, is here as well. He does actually work inside the building, so he is one of the people working with Netmarble to create the game Magic ManaStrike. And we're going to talk about that today, but our words aren't going to do it justice. It's a really cool game. It's a really cool looking game. So we're actually going to do a playthrough, too. We're going to talk about the creation of the game, what the game's all about, and then we're going to show you exactly what it's all about. But first, as always, Steve does the news.
That's right, it's news time, and boy do we have some news for you. This week we revealed the full contents of the unsanctioned box set, and you can see a graphic of the box right here. That's unsanctioned, an unruly head-to-head fight club featuring the all-stars of silver-bordered Magic. That's right, we have some reprints from previous unsets in here. That's unglued, unhinged, and unstable, as well as 15 brand new silver bordered cards with some incredible names like Alexander Clamilton, which is my personal favorite. So really great stuff there. It's a box with 5 different 30-card decks that you shuffle together, make a 60-card deck, and go up against an opponent in a head-to-head silver bordered grudge match. That comes to stores on February 29th, and you can find more details about Unsanctioned on magicthegathering.com, and I believe also on Daily MTG. But that's not all the news we've got. World Championships coming up. And special events will happen at WPN Premium stores. They have to opt in. They're available to WPN Premium stores, but the stores that host a viewing party for the World Championships, people that come are going to get a pretty cool item, Blake. They're going to get a promo foil Crucible of Worlds, and it's right there. So if you go to a WPN Premium store World Championship viewing party, you should get one of these World Championships Crucible of Worlds promos while supplies last at select stores. Please check your local WPN Premium store if you have one as to whether or not they're going to be hosting this event. But if you go and if there's a supply, you should be able to pick up one of these sweet Crucible of Worlds. So some pretty cool stuff happening. And of course, the other big piece of news this week, Magic ManaStrike launched.
It did, and that's why we have Michael with us today. So, Michael, why don't you tell the viewers at home a little bit about yourself, what you do for Netmarble, and we'll take it from there.
So I'm a community manager. For those unfamiliar, community manager interacts with the fans, listens to them, tries to keep them happy. Been working at Netmarble and excited for this launch.
So what is ManaStrike?
ManaStrike is a real-time PvP strategy game that places you in control of units from the Magic universe, including Planeswalkers.
Okay. So I heard PvP, so you get to play as a Planeswalker against other players here.
That is correct.
Okay. Very, very cool. If you haven't seen it already, there is a pretty cool trailer. We're going to show you, there's a couple trailers actually. We're going to show you the first of the trailers, the kind of overview trailer, to kind of set the mood for exactly what ManaStrike is.
super cool trailer.
Very cool.
Really awesome. Lots of recognizable characters and creatures that I think a lot of Magic fans are going to dig into that and try to find.
So many Jaces at the end.
Lots of Jaces.
All the Jaces.
So many Jaces. Matt, talk a little bit about, from the Wizards side, the work that was done to give this a visual identity that was very recognizably Magic, but give ManaStrike its own unique identity as well.
Absolutely. One of the things that we're most excited about is the fact that in Magic, you're always just seeing these beautifully illustrated 2D images, but it's just a fixed moment in time. And ManaStrike was really one of the first times that we could actually kind of break the frame, as it were, and actually have cards that Daybreak Ranger you saw in the trailer, right? Well, in the game, it flips over. The transform mechanic isn't just flipping over. In this game, the creature actually turns into the werewolf. You see that transformation take place, and so it was really cool to see all the creatures, all of the planeswalkers actually coming to life in this game.
One of the things that we don't necessarily see when playing the card game is the actual casting of a spell, and you could definitely see that on display in the trailer. Talk about a little bit about the work that went into doing that in game as well.
Absolutely. So working with the franchise team, it was a lot of collaboration in terms of we see Chandra with her hair not on fire, or Chandra with her hair on fire in the card art, but never the transitional state of what does that actually look like when she goes full on Ignite mode? What does it look like when Liliana's tattoos actually, start to iridesce and actually start to come alive? There were so many opportunities to bring these planeswalkers to life in a real way that we'd never had the opportunity to explore before.
And of course, this is all 3D. You get to see it all in glorious 3 dimensions.
Yes, it's all three of the dimensions are captured
all 3
here.
of them.
But no, it's a great point, right? So we have, again, these 2D models, we have orthographics, and it's just the Netmarble team did an amazing job of actually transitioning these into 3-dimensional models. And there's the high poly count models that you'll see in the lobby and in the animatic trailer. But then, what are the ownable characteristics that need to be conveyed when that character is on the battlefield and you have a fixed camera and you need to be seeing them from top down? And actually, so you get to learn what are the characteristics that are important to make my planeswalker still feel like my planeswalker?
How challenging was that to get that wide battlefield view and still have say Liliana recognizable as Liliana or Johnny recognizable as a Johnny?
Well, the planeswalkers were certainly the ones that kind of set the tone and kind of fixed what it was actually going to look like in terms of the camera. So Johnny and Liliana, while in real life there's a few foot difference, in the game they're closer, but we have small scale units from as tiny as wasps to colossal dragons and elementals that really take up more of the battlefield. And so with the stage being set with the planeswalkers, you scale everything next to that, but it still needs to be able to read.
Now, before we're going to keep talking about this, but I also want to point out we're going to do a playthrough in a little bit, including the tutorial. If you want to follow through at home, what I would recommend is you start downloading now. So you can. This is available right now. You can get it at the Apple App Store. You can get it on the Google Play Store. It's available. Download it now. Start going through it. We're going to go through the tutorial in a second.
I'm going to play. I've never played before.
Steve has never played before, and we're going to let him muddle his way through it, and then these experts are going to actually play through a PvP game. But I do want to talk about, you talked about the art. Art is a very big part of Magic, but so is story. So who did we with the story?
Yeah, sure. So the narrative conceit was actually a huge part of what makes this game. So we knew that it would feel somewhat odd to have Jace, for instance, battling Jace. That doesn't exactly happen in our multiverse, but we needed to account for that. Additionally, we have characters that have died or gone missing, and we wanted to bring them into the game and have a narrative conceit that would actually allow for that to happen. And so,
Pour one out for Dak Fade.
Yeah, oh man, rip. But all that said, what we've done is we've actually put Bolas inside the meditation realm, and his scheming doesn't end there. What he's going to do is actually create this battlefield and start testing the planeswalkers against one another to actually start sussing out their weaknesses. And it was kind of an interesting conversation where I said to the developer, I said, well, listen, are you sure you want Nicol Bolas? He's not exactly like the most warm and welcoming mentor figure, and you'll see that through some of the tutorial as well. He'll be impressed with you if you succeed in his challenges, but he's not real soft if you fail them, and so he's kind of that tough love sort of element to it. But he takes place in Nicol Bolas' meditation realm, but that also allows us to account for different things like, oh, I'm battling in a Theros battlefield and you're battling in a Ravnica battlefield, and we can put them together, and the chocolate and the peanut butter mixes, and it's all good.
Okay. Well, we have another video to show off the story aspect of ManaStrike. So let's roll that.
Cool.
For millennia, I have dominated the multiverse. Countless heroes, gods, and worlds have fallen before me. However, there are an arrogant few that never gave up. Planeswalkers. For all their bravery and talent, they're little more than playthings. Demonstrating their strengths. Revealing their weaknesses. I will uncover their every secret. Until I take their power for my own. But first, rest. I have a greater purpose in store for you.
Another really cool trailer,
Yeah.
definitely. So, people that are downloading this for the first time, people that want to play this for the first time, Michael, how do you play? What is the game? We've talked a lot about like general Magic stuff, but this isn't Magic the Gathering on a telephone. It is
Right.
It's a different type of strategy game. What exactly are you doing in this game? How do you play? Give me the broad strokes of it.
Okay, so as a player, the first thing that you need to do is choose your mana color. The game, you start with a couple of planeswalkers that you can choose from, and then you're given a deck of cards. Each player has some units that are similar to each other, and then you essentially match against another player with that deck. You can customize the deck as you acquire new ones and fine-tune it to your particular strategy.
So you're talking about a deck. Is this a deck of units and spells that you're playing as you draw them onto a battlefield of some kind?
That's correct.
All right.
Now, is it just you collect new units, or do they level up?
Both. So you can collect them as you progress through the game. You can also increase their level so they scale as you tackle stronger enemies.
Okay, very cool. Well, why don't we try out the tutorial? And by we, I mean Steve.
I'm the
Steve
one that's trying it
embarrassed
out.
himself.
That's the plan.
Give it a go.
So I don't embarrass myself on the show on a weekly basis already. Okay, so
Weekly Steve embarrassment.
yeah, that's true. That's what MTG stands for, right?
All right, we're gonna bring up the gameplay to the big screen, and
All
we're
right,
gonna
here we go.
retreat to the.
All right, so it
Tiny
says
lower
tap
right.
to start. I assume that you
Go
tap
for
to
it.
start.
You're
That's-
so
yeah, okay,
crushing
good.
it so far.
We did it. All right, we got Bolas making some stuff in the Med realm here. Seems like.
Yeah, putting together some battlefield for you. This one
Yeah.
very
Oh, that's
Amonkhet
cool.
inspired, right?
All right, so we're looking at this battlefield that looks like Oketra and Bantu.
Wow, nice work.
Looks like Oketra and Bantu. Okay, so welcome. As you can see, you've arrived during the heat of battle. I have. I can tell. I can tell. I've arrived during the heat of battle. The multiverse faced countless foes and arrived to a plane at the height of conflict. Makes sense. Special challenge. Confident you will impress me.
We're confident.
Prepare for battle. I
building
can't.
you up.
Okay, let's prepare for battle. All
Building
right.
you up before he tears you.
So I can tell right away that destroying the enemy guardian. Okay, makes sense. Destroy your opponent. You get to win. Drag cards on the field to use them. Now I don't know what these cards are, but it looks like it says Chandra, and wants me to drag it there.
So the card is the symbol for your unit. You drag it onto the battlefield.
So
and
that
summon.
So that unit
Chandra?
is Chandra.
That you, yes. So you're going to have a number of cards on the left-hand side. The times that you can summon your planeswalker during the match. So you'll be able to summon them 3 times.
Drag a skill card. Skills can only be used once, and you drag it to that general area.
You did it.
All
so then
right.
you can see Chandra ignites her
Got
Power
it.
powers,
So
jumps.
in this case, there are skill cards that relate to the Planeswalker that you can drag on for certain effects.
Precisely
Okay.
right.
A rather strong unit is protecting the enemy's guardian. That seems to make a lot of sense. Everything is in my... Oh, that's good to know. Summon a unit to support Chandra. So I received 3 Planeswalker cards, which are these cards here. So, so it wants me to drag here.
Yep.
Anywhere, and what it's actually showing you is that highlighting line. So all the planeswalkers have a skill card in addition to an enter the battlefield effect. Chandra's enter the battlefield effect. She puts a gout of flames across the battlefield.
Got it.
So as you see, you summon her, and then the fireball is cast
Oh, and
across,
then here are the
damaging.
units that we can then drag to. Oh, Electrostatic Pummeler. I remember Electrostatic Pummeler from Amonkhet. Kaladesh is what I meant. Amonkhet is this battlefield that I was looking at. Okay.
Right, Steve.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right, Blake.
But you have some other familiar faces down there as well.
So you can acquire additional Planeswalker cards by destroying your opponent's sub-guardians. So the units that are sort of on the sides here, those are sub-guardians.
Correct. Yeah.
Summon creatures around. So creatures have to be summoned around an allied Planeswalker, and I guess you can see the
Oh, Hellrider.
yeah. Hellrider. That means that.
Is that also from Amonkhet, Steve?
No, that one is from Innistrad.
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, I know stuff, Blake.
Yeah, so you can summon on your side of the battlefield, or your planeswalker when on the other side, on the enemy side of the battlefield, has an aura of influence that you can summon within.
Got it. So and then it looks like I took this match 3-0.
Yeah, smashed them.
All right, I think I'm ready to. No, I'm not ready.
Ready for the big leagues?
Ready for
I'm
the
ready
big
to
leagues.
go on to the next stage of the
Put me
tutorial.
in, coach.
I was able to prove my worth. Tell me your name and become one of the few worthy of. Okay.
This is one
So
of my
this is
favorite
where
parts.
you create your username, I assume.
Yeah, go ahead. Go. You know, he's just got this little contract for you to sign. Probably
Probably fine.
Probably fine.
not worth
Probably
reading the
fine.
fine
You're
print,
not
right?
wagering
Yeah.
your soul or
See,
anything.
let's put Matt Danner.
A strong choice. A strong
Did
choice.
you mean Mark Danner?
Oh yeah, that's better. We'll do Mark Danner. That's so Mark Danner. Yeah, here we go. Mark
no one's
Danner.
going to get that.
Nope. Mark
4
Danner.
people are going to get that.
Yep.
Your far more famous wife watching at home will get that.
All right, so my username is Mark Danner, and it says it's an interesting choice.
It is that.
I
You
can feel your thirst
Thirst
for
for
power.
power. Yeah. The great warrior trains her body in preparation for the battle ahead, while a wise mage plans carefully for a winning strategy. So this says card, and it wants me to tap it, so I'm going to tap it.
So this is the deck customization screen.
Okay, cool. Exchange the cards you own with the cards in the deck. So so we can change Electrostatic Pummeler for Walking Ballista, it looks like.
Sounds good.
I like that. Walking Ballista, I enjoy
And-
it as a card more than Electrostatic.
Well,
Pummeler.
and
So, yeah.
you know, in keeping it consistent with the TCG, it's a better card.
Okay, cool. All right, great. Prepare for the next battle. So this is the part where he does 2 battlefields again.
Yeah, so you'll be reset up. You're going to get another PvP contest, right? 1 Guardian, 2 Sub-Guardians for each side.
All right. So it's once again Oketra v. Bantu.
So we've seen so far some characters like Walking Ballista, like Electrostatic Pummeler, Hellrider. Where are all of
you
these?
have
I mean,
Kefnet.
obviously these are
they're
Magic
red.
cards, but are these drawn from all of Magic's history, from a subset?
Yeah, we go all across the game. So
Don't you
you're
mean
going to see.
Hazaret?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're going to see cards from the beginning of. You'll see cards from beta. We've got Shivan Dragon, Birds of Paradise are in there, and we have cards all the way up and through Theros as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you guys select what creatures to add to the game?
It was a lot like a Magic set is actually defined, whether it's top down or bottom up. Sometimes they would come to me and they'd be like, "Hey, we have a creature that roughly we're thinking is a small, low health, fast attack speed, melee range creature, and we need it in red."
Yeah.
And we'd go, "Oh, okay, cool. We have some options for you here. What do you
Yeah.
think about these?" And then there's some top down as well, where it's just like we know that we want Shivan Dragon in the game. We'll just account for red to have that in their power suite and try to power balance as well.
Gotcha.
I'm summoning units up
No,
here.
you're doing it.
Just summoning all these units. Trying to get my opponent down to a. So I assume that this bottom ticker right here is my mana.
Precisely
Yes.
right.
Yep.
Yep. And you'll see that bar decrease based on the mana in the upper
Excellent.
left.
So my choices were decent apparently. So that's
Well,
good. It's good to be rewarded for that.
Decent, you know, not D
Decent.
plus.
He started with excellent.
Yeah.
but-
Now it's
Now
D's.
it's,
Yeah.
you know.
So we
Like
can
I
level.
said,
Okay, so this is the
he's-
level up
he's building
portion
you
of the
up
game.
so he can
Yeah.
tear you down.
So we can use cards and gold. So it wants me to tap this Haunted Guardian, level up, tap again to complete level up for 300 gold. And
Seems
now,
worth it.
And this
And
is
now we
the
close it.
scaling mechanic we discussed.
got it. Okay. So I've gained power and knowledge. It's time for a new challenge. Win the next battle to prove your worth and obtain a gift. Oh. I wonder what kind of gift Nicol Bolas is going to give
Yeah, do I
me.
want this?
Is it a swift death?
Well,
All right. Oh, so I get to, okay, all base Planeswalkers are now available. That's cool.
Okay.
I like that. Tap a Planeswalker. The Planeswalker for your active deck will now be displayed in the lobby. Gold. Oh, check-in reward. So this check-in reward, I assume, is sort of like whenever you log into the game,
Right.
you get some kind of bonus for logging in.
If you wanted to, you could change your deck right now.
Let's try that. How do we do? We go to
Yeah,
card?
yeah, you got it.
Card.
And then those 5 numbers up the top left corner.
Ah. So there's a Johnny, there's Nissa, there's Liliana, and there's Jace, which has blue, which is the thing we actually want to play.
Right.
So, yeah, obvious. So we're going to put in Walking Ballista over Electrostatic Tumbler.
Seems good.
And then we're going to go back, I think. Right? There we go. So now we can battle. And then that puts you in the queue for a ranked match. So we're done with the tutorial in that case.
Well,
No?
you're close.
Close. Okay. So is this actually a ranked match, or is this still part of the tutorial?
Still part of the tutorial.
Okay. M-Ting. All right, let's see here. Okay, so that's Kefnet because I'm blue.
There you go. Makes
There,
sense.
yeah.
I knew we got it.
We
knew
figured
we'd
it
get
out
it.
eventually.
I like
We
it.
get there eventually.
I mean, process of elimination, right? So Jace's ability is to actually summon illusory doubles.
Okay. Oh,
So,
Ninja's
so
a
his
deep
card
hour,
on
so
the
I can
far
draw
left,
cards.
if you draw,
Yeah.
if you, oh,
Whoops.
The ninja's pretty cool.
Jace die?
oh yeah, you got,
Let Jace die.
he got.
I can summon an illusory double. Oh, I see.
So they're
that.
super low hit points,
Okay,
but
yeah.
they stack with his attack.
Got it. Just gonna start summoning units here. Go units. Go.
Yeah, so Ninja of Deep Hours kind of infiltrates in and isn't able to actually be attacked until he comes out from stealth mode.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
A lot of the blue spells that you acquire later on kind of play off of what you would see in the color itself, using illusory tactics or control tactics, playing with the battlefield, and yeah, making things interesting.
Yeah, the depth of strategy is there for all of the colors and fully supported as well, right? So, you're going to be able to have a white go broad strategy. You're going to be able to have play your traditional control decks, play your aggro decks, and have it play out in the game. So you can kind of build to a style that suits you or your planeswalker if you're trying to play more in line with who your persona is.
Okay. Just bringing in some units here.
And then another thing that we haven't addressed is that there is the flying and the reach abilities
Okay,
do come
so-
into play.
So if you were to summon, say, like a giant spider, you would be able to block creatures that have flying, like a Sarah Angel.
Absolutely.
Exactly right. Yeah. So Giant Spider actually deals additional damage to flying units.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All
and
right.
so we want. It's important to maintain. One of the things that makes magic is the fact that customization is a huge part of it. So we wanted to be able to that you could build your deck and have it play in a way that you wanted to. We wanted to make sure that we also maintained elements of the color pie in each of the colors. So while green doesn't have the most powerful flyers, it has a lot of the most powerful anti-flying units.
Right. Got it. And speaking of customization, we just opened up a booster pack, it looks like, in Magic ManaStrike. Got some gold, 156 gold, a Wave Crash Titan, and a Drudge Skeleton.
Wavecraft Triton is in your colors.
It
So
is. That seems like a good thing for us to maybe put in there. Potentially. You know,
Maybe.
Potentially.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
So
So we won a match. Complete.
Okay.
We did it.
Yay.
Ta-da!
We summoned 5 creature cards.
Yay.
We did it.
Is that the full tutorial?
That is it. He's through the
Okay.
tutorial portion of the game. You are now free to explore the game and
So
unlock
I think
all
we
sorts
should
of
let. I
Yeah.
think we should let the
I
experts.
agree.
the
Let's.
people who.
So that was cool, but
play-
I'm pretty sure I'd end up being outclassed.
Yeah.
If I went up against either of you, or for that matter, Blake.
I've never played before either.
I just
But,
assumed that you'd find a way to play Dream Trawler
the
in that
game
game.
does have a PvP mode. So Michael,
Right.
tell us about that.
So PvP mode, you can battle standard. We also have different modes that you can battle in. We have sealed, we have draft mode. You can move up through ranks. As you move up through the ranks, you'll unlock new cards. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's get a look at you guys battling. So go ahead and get a game set up, and then we'll
Okay.
get that up on the screen.
I'm gonna request the match, and then you can go to the team.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna hazard a guess on what Matt Danner is going to play on which Planeswalker
Whoop.
he might play. I'm gonna guess it's Garrick.
You think
Oh,
Garrick?
that's the wrong one.
That's what that would be my guess.
Casual.
I'm not going to guess
Great
because I know what
quest.
Planeswalker is going to
All right,
pick.
go to the team. Casual match.
Well, he
The
said it
second
earlier.
tab.
Okay,
Alright,
so while
I'm
they
just
get that
challenge.
set up, again, you can download this now.
On
So-
the Apple App Store or on
Great.
Google Play.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's for Android and iOS. So, yeah, it's available now. You can play Liliana versus Garrick.
Yeah.
Good guess.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
assuming that Matt is the Garrick here.
That is true. I will be taking on the role of Garrick Relentless. So he is green-black, which means I can add both green and black cards to my deck.
So it's a
You're
relentless style
taking
of
your
Garrick.
taking your time here. I'm gonna-
All right,
That was- so
we're
what-
watching Michael's screen right now.
So I've just
Michael, you
spawned-
summoned a lot
Yeah,
of
that's-
Drudge Skeletons there. That was a whole bunch of them.
And what I did immediately after that is I played Liliana's ability, which resurrects them, which kind of, zombified army allows them to persist even after dying.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So we've got some colored borders around some of these cards. Is that to denote rarity of card?
Yes.
So it looks like bronze, silver, and gold. Those denote different rarities.
Yes.
Precisely right. Yep. So you'll see then the banner that actually comes down indicates the mana as well as the color of the card.
Matt Banner.
That's pronounced Danners.
Oh
it's-
right, sorry.
Mark.
It's Mark.
Mark Banner.
Oh no.
That is a lot of skeletons, though.
I'm trying to
It
get.
looked like Michael
All right.
was ahead.
So what I
And
did is
Mark
I just
Banner came roaring back.
I just summoned a Reaver Demon.
Oh,
What the
Oh.
Reaver Demon does is he sacrifices your own units, and he grows in proportion to the number of units you sacrifice.
Oh, got
Oh.
it. So you
So-
were able to sacrifice a bunch of those zombies and skeletons. it looks like.
Right, and now that he's tanking the front line, assuming he doesn't pass out, which he just did, I'll be able to push my offensive.
So how quickly does mana regenerate here? It looks like it regenerates at a pretty decent clip here.
Right, but once we get into the final minute, it's going to pick up in what we call ManaStrike.
Oh, that's the name of the
He
game.
said the game. He said it.
Okay.
He said that
It's like
Yeah.
that part of the movie where they're like,
it really ties the room
he's
together.
been-
Yeah.
All right, so
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
now it's regenerating much faster.
Did it not? I feel like it should have.
Probably. So what happens when time runs out?
Well, whoever has killed the most guardians at that point.
And if
Will
neither
have
neither
won.
person has killed the guardian?
I get it. I
We're
was
at a
wondering why it said
impasse
that
pretty-
you won 3-0 before. I was like,
Right.
you only played one match. It doesn't. It's how
It's
many
the number of guardians
you
that were
killed.
destroyed. Precisely right.
Gotcha.
So
Oh, I
all
just got a huge
are all fights
sacrifice off.
around on a 2-minute
That's
clock?
an 8 sacrifice. All right.
3-minute clock?
Go, go,
Oh,
go.
they're definitely.
we are
We're
in it.
like we're busy.
So you're on-
we're busy guys.
You're on a 3 minutes prior to mana strike.
15 seconds.
Okay, so it's
Go.
all right,
Go.
got it. Actual end.
No, I need it to. Oh no! This 4-stack got there.
Oh.
3, 2, 1. All right.
Oh wow. Very cool. Very cool.
Ah, he's a big fella.
It's one large demon right there.
All right. So then, okay. Obviously, rewards cannot be attained in a casual match. What play options are there besides casual?
So besides casual, you can do ranked battle, which is going to just put you right in the PvP queue with the constructed deck that you went in with.
Yep.
There's also a number of different battle modes that you can play in. There's sealed, which is here's 5 planeswalkers and 25 random spells to actually just add to your deck. No color restrictions there. And otherwise, there's draft, which it works much like an R draft, where you would pick units from a pool and then build the deck out of with those.
Okay. Now, Michael, what's it been like working with Wizards of the Coast on this?
Man, it's like a dream. I don't know.
You don't have to flatter him.
No, I mean,
Not Matt specifically.
Yeah.
We know he's a
Matt-
good guy.
Matt is-
Like Wizards of the Coast. Come on.
he's lovely. It's made the entire process an absolute pleasure, and I mean, honestly, I couldn't be more excited just to launch this particular product. Like, I am a fan of the IP by default, so like, this is stuff that community managers do dream about.
Yeah.
So it's a passion project of mine, and it's incredibly rewarding.
So you played Magic? Did a lot of the people who worked on this game?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're like, no, it has to be this way. We want it like this.
It is really cool to see a lot of the creatures in Magic that you'd be playing. Like even recently, I saw Howling Golem from Dominaria in the tutorial, and Hell Rider is another one, right?
Yeah.
Where you just love slamming a Hell Rider down and tapping all of your guys and just being like, all right, you figure it out.
Yep, this is part of the plan.
It's it was really cool to get to see all of that come to life. What was that process like for you and your team, getting to see that on your end? What was that like?
I think, well, with the development process, there's like it's an ongoing thing, so there's fine tuning. Like we saw it in its initial concept stages, and we got to see how it's been, adjusted over time, and it's turned into something that we feel is it feels really good. I mean, you mentioned the Hell Rider in particular. Like you didn't always have that pounce, and that small little nuance definitely makes the difference in the long run. And it could be anything from like the unit postures to, how their spell animations, like you mentioned earlier. So all of that kind of brings it to life.
Okay. So again, this ManaStrike is available right now. You can download it on the Google Play Store. You can download it on the Apple App Store. Is there, besides just downloading it, is there anywhere else people should go for more information?
Definitely. Check out our website. That's ManaStrike.com. If you
Just like it's written on your shirt.
Yeah, just like it's written on there. That'll give you the details of the game and, get you excited for what's to come. Sign up for news and updates.
And there's social accounts too that they can follow:
Definitely.
Twitter, Facebook, that sort of thing.
Facebook, Twitter. Yep. Follow us on those.
All right.
Awesome.
Great. Anything else you want to leave us with before we say goodbye to the audience?
Well, it's been a pleasure working with all of you gentlemen, and I hope you guys check out the game. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's a really unique take on the Magic universe, and we're proud to release it to y'all.
Yeah. And when you bug them on their social accounts, just say, hey, Michael, I saw you on Weekly MTG. Help me out here.
Yeah. That'll be me replying.
Well, I want to thank Michael for stopping by. Matt was here too, but I appreciate it. Tell your wife we said hi.
Will do.
We like her. Thank you all for joining us on Weekly MTG. We will be back next week. Yes, we will be. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Players Tour. So make sure that you tune in this weekend on twitch.tv/magic to check out the Players Tours that are happening in Nagoya and Brussels.
Yeah.
Right here all Saturday and Sunday. We're time shifting the Nagoya event a little bit so that you can catch it during the day if you live in the United States, or at some slightly better hours if you live in Europe or elsewhere around the world. But definitely check that out on twitch.tv/magic this weekend. We'll be back the weekend after with Ian Duke and Michael Majors to talk about Pioneer and the event and all that jazz. But in the meantime, go download ManaStrike. Check it out on your phone. Start playing. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, really excited to hear from you. It was a blast to work on, and it's fun to see our Planeswalkers come to life. So give it a go.
And we will see you next week.